What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at this 2023 Cadillac Escalade. This one's finished off in argent silver metallic. It's the premium luxury platinum and you can expect an SUV like this to go for around $130,000. Big shout out and thank you to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this 2023 Escalade for today's video. Take a look at their website, links down below. Underneath the hood of the 2023 Cadillac Escalade, you're going to find a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8. This 8-cylinder is pumping out 420 horsepower with 460 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission and sends the power to all four wheels through the four-wheel drive system. Curb weight is around 5,800 pounds and it runs on a 24-gallon fuel tank, and you can expect to get 14 miles per gallon in the city with 19 out on the highway. The overall length is 211.9 inches with a wheelbase at 120.9. Width is 81.1 and height is 76.7 inches. Ground clearance is also around 8 inches. The Escalade also has good towing capacity at 7,700 pounds and max payload is 2,000 pounds. And then now moving on to the exterior styling with the 2023 Cadillac Escalade. This is a super luxurious jumbo-sized SUV. We get a really nice set of LED headlights. You can even see some silver trim in them with the name Cadillac written out in their script. We get a massive grille finished in a brushed aluminum color with a huge Cadillac logo right front and center. You get a forward-facing camera, really clean lines, and they even fade their way towards those headlights. You get a massive set of turn signals down below, of course all LED, and then more of that silver trim. Then there's some gloss black trim throughout the lower bumper, all of your parking sensors, and then more gloss black down below. I like how aggressive the Escalades are looking for this generation. It really does add some muscle to it, but still gives it a super classy design. On the front portion of the hood, you see more of that silver trim, and then sharp lines fading their way towards the windshield. This is a huge SUV, and it has fantastic proportions all up front. You can see on the side we get another parking sensor and then a really nice set of 22-inch wheels finished in more brushed aluminum. We get a pretty sharp body line around this front fender and a prominent body line cutting through the entire side profile. And then you can see running boards down below with a gloss black trim piece. There's more silver trim on the lower portion of the doors with a really sharp body line in the lower portion. Along the door handles, there's an illuminated portion, a Cadillac logo along with two-tone with some silver trim and body colored. And then we get body colored mirror caps with gloss black, a side camera as well as the LED turn signal, and then more of that brushed aluminum all throughout the windows. You can see gloss black for the B and C pillar, and I like how you get the Cadillac badge back here. A massive piece of glass, and that rear line really cuts nicely and has a sharp look. You can see the roof rails up above that with your panoramic sunroof. And then taking a look at the overall side profile, this is the shorter wheelbase of the Escalade. Of course you can get the ESV as well, but this has a fantastic proportion for being a jumbo-sized SUV. And I like how this rear glass even has some gloss black trim as it makes its way to these taillights. The new Escalade has these huge taillights with a three-dimensional look, and I love how you can see all these pieces inside of them, and they span all the way towards the roof line. And you can see that integrated spoiler up above, massive piece of glass. Then you get the Cadillac badge in the back with more of that brushed aluminum. And then some really sharp body lines all throughout the liftgate. As we make our way down below that, you can see some more silver trim in the bumper, massive exhaust tips finished off in the silver, and then a lot of gloss black trim as well. Really comes together nicely. I think the Escalade certainly has that luxury vibe to it, and yet it has a super sporty appearance. And then taking a look at the key fob, you have all of your typical buttons, some nice silver trim along with the Cadillac badge. If I go ahead and lock the vehicle, keeping the key fob in my pocket, I can just grab the door handle. The button is on the back side. I can press that and we can take a look at this interior. Escalade is going to have a full leather interior, beautiful stitching design all around with some white piping along with dark wood trim. If we take a look at the door panel now, finished off in black, we have all this smooth black leather and more of that wood and silver. A really cool design for the release handle. You have all your heated and ventilated seat controls, lock and unlock, and then window and mirror controls down below with memory seating. You can see a grab handle along with a pretty good armrest, then a lot of storage space down below. We get Escalade written out on the door sill, and then all of your seat controls are on the left side of the seat. You can see the lumbar support and everything. And then we get the smooth black leather and a really cool square shaped design for these centers. They are perforated as well. You get some piping making their way up. Then we even get perforated leather on the headrest with speakers built in. If we take a look at the steering wheel now, it's a nice 3-spoke design with black leather, silver trim, and the wood. And then now inside the Escalade, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. You get all these massive screens that are going to turn on, and you can see a really large navigation screen right in the center. We get your fuel down below, along with your gear, transfer case, and range, and then we get the tack over on the left side. The left screen has more controls to configure. You can see right now we are in our trip A and trip B, and then you can go to a blank screen. If we toggle this icon, we can actually go through this different screen. So if toggling it now gives you to the augmented reality, so it's a full screen, which is a really cool design. And then going into the gauges, we get a more traditional look. You can also change your drive mode using these buttons down here. We have that mode icon right here to go into sport, off-road, and towing. It'll also adjust the air ride suspension depending on what mode you're in. And then of course we have your 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive buttons along with the suspension and the downhill assist. Taking a look at the steering wheel, we get that Cadillac badge right in the center, some leather and stitching on the airbag. All the cruise control settings are on the left side with some Bluetooth controls, heated steering wheel, along with the distance pacing. You can adjust that gap very easily. On the right side, you can see more audio controls. We do get a set of steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. All of your windshield wiper blades are on the right, and then turn signal and headlights are to the left. We also have your trailer settings down below with an electronic parking brake, and then the interior dimming, and an automatic button for the power adjustments for the steering wheel. You can see some wood trim, all that design with the cool screens, of course a heads-up display system as well, and then the curved screen on the right side. You get more of this really nice black leather and all that wood trim running across the dashboard. Definitely has a super premium appearance. Then the screen in the center, of course, is your main infotainment. We have built-in navigation. Going into this screen, you can see basically what we just saw on the other side. We also have a home icon where you can swipe left and right, see all sorts of different information. We have the camera icon as well. Going into that, you can see that front view camera as well as a top-down view, and you can easily adjust all of your different views. And I do like how you can actually rest your hand on the back side of this. It's pretty thin, like a tablet, to kind of make it a little bit easier to adjust everything. We have ambient lighting we're able to adjust as well. You can see all these different colors that are going to come up. And going back to the home screen, we also have the rear climate you can adjust in the car. Everything will come up. And then of course you have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and then kind of a main screen with all of these different icons. We can scroll through this left side to see all your basic shortcuts. We have audio that'll come up, that full screen nav, your phone integration as well, and then toggling into here, any vehicle information. So you can see a few things that are going to come up in the screen. Pretty nice the way everything is laid out, and I like just how big this screen is. Super easy to monitor everything. And of course, when you do go right into reverse, that backup camera is going to automatically pop up, and you can continue adjusting all these different views to really see every single thing. So really nice the way everything is set up. Super easy. Now going into park. Underneath the screen, you can see another air vent right in the center, and then a lot of your climate controls are right down here. You get this really nice aluminum colors section with all these toggles. You can easily adjust everything, fan speed in the middle. We have your different zones, auto and on, and then more controls on the right side. We got more of the smooth leather going through the center. You can see in front of the shifter, we have the auto hold, engine start, and lane keeping. We have your gear selector with your drive and low. Then some volume controls down below with physical buttons and a rotary dial. So you can tap the home icon here and it'll go to the home screen. And of course I can click into different things and use this rather than just using the touch screen. You can see the hazards behind that, and then a really large piece right here for your cup holders along with a little bit of storage, and then the 2 USB ports. We get the wireless phone charging right here, which is a really good design, just keeping your phone out of the way. And then if we open up the center console, we got a removable area right here with extra storage, and then a lot more storage space along with USB ports. So super nice how much storage there is. You get more of that leather and even some silver trim. And then the glove box is way over here, and you get a huge glove box. One last look at the interior. the new Escalade is a really nice place to be. Super premium, use of materials is fantastic, and it's actually a pretty easy vehicle to operate. We also get a black Alcantara sunshade with that massive panoramic roof. All of your controls are up on top. You can see the garage door opener, the rear liftgate. You can also fold down rear seats, and then all of the glass controls. And then moving to that mirror, it also doubles as an LCD camera. And then moving to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open it up, the rear door panel is finished off just like we saw up front with all the same nice materials. And then the rear seats have the same design with the square shaped pattern. Really nice, making their way all the way up towards these headrests. You can pop these headrests down for a little bit better driver visibility, and we even get adjustable armrests for these captain's chairs. In the center, we have climate controls that are gonna pop up with heated seats, your zone and fan speed, and then down below that, you can press this, and you can see the cup holders are gonna open up. We can push that back into place. We have USB ports down below that, and then this also gets these massive TVs. You can see Netflix and other things that are gonna come up here, which is a really cool touch. Taking a look at the controls of these seats, you can see the slide forwards and back lever up in front, and then this one in back will recline it. So if I just pull this once, it's gonna fold nice and flat, get out of the way, which is a really good touch. All right, so sitting now in the back seat of the Escalade at 5'11", I have plenty of headroom, and with the seat at my height, plenty of knee room and foot room. Of course, I can slide the seat forwards and back. The recline as well gets us in a really comfortable position, and the seat itself is nice and comfortable. Up on top, you do get speakers, LED lights, and even your air vents, and then the TV is a nice piece right in front of you. A lot of glass all around to make it feel nice and open. And being captain's chairs, it's really easy to then walk into the rear. Being a wider SUV, super easy to crawl into the third row. And still at my height, of course, in the center here, I have endless amounts of legroom. So it's not a bad place to be at all. But even hopping over into the side seat, I still have plenty of room. That's awesome with these jumbo SUVs. I still have knee room, and the seats aren't too low to where my knees don't feel like they're right in my chest. You do get dome lights up on top, air vents in the ceiling, and there's even cup holders on the left side with USB ports, and overall a really decent third row. This is a super practical SUV, and you can also pop these headrests down if you want a little bit better visibility. And then taking a look at the cargo area, there is a button back here that you can press, and it's gonna lift the glass to give you better access into the vehicle from just the glass. And then we can go ahead and close it, and then just press the Cadillac badge, and this is gonna automatically lift open the power lift gate. Taking a look inside, you get quite a lot of storage space in here with those third row up, and if you just grab this, we get just a little bit of hidden space. Now there's buttons on this right side to adjust both rows of seating, so as you can see with them in the up position, we have these buttons right now. If I go ahead and press them, these seats are gonna very quickly get out of the way. So I like how quick that happens, nice and easy to be super convenient. And then we have these buttons as well I can press, and just like that, they're gonna go down super easily. So I like how convenient that is just to get these out of the way and truly maximize cargo area. And then of course you can just press these buttons, and just as quick, this is real time, they're gonna lock back up into place. Now the second row is manual, so you do have to go back in here and then lift them up. However, you do also get buttons back here that you can press, and when you press them down, this seat is going to flip up to give you better access into that third row. All right, so we are setting off now in the 2023 Cadillac Escalade. A V8 and 10-speed get you up to speed without even thinking. Now, it is pretty wild to drive this with the AR camera on. It feels like a video game. That is a huge screen looking at what's going on in front of you. A little weird to just watch that if you were to not watch the road ahead of you, but pretty neat to see all of that. It just feels like, I don't know, a tech-savvy vehicle. Ride quality is fantastic. The air ride suspension is buttery smooth. It just feels like a cloud. Super insulated in here, and you're nice and high up. Great view out the windshield as well. I love the camera in the rear view. Mirrors themselves are pretty good. And visibility over your left and right shoulder, honestly, you have a really good view around. So it's, while being a big SUV, it's actually pretty easy to just navigate and drive it. I mean, this is gonna be someone's daily, their family, travel vehicle, things like that. And you honestly can do it all in an Escalade. It's a comfortable place to be and just nice. everything you touch is really nice. Like literally this feels like a very high quality vehicle. It feels like a top end luxury car. So I think it's pretty well worth the price point given how nice it actually does feel, and just the ride quality and everything. It comes together to kind of give you what you want. I currently have the massaging seat on, so I'm enjoying that. The one thing, you do have to reach for these screens. They are really far away, so it takes a little bit getting used to that aspect. All right, so spinning around to my honest thoughts of the Cadillac Escalade. Honestly, they're really nice. It's not just the Tahoe or the GMC. The Escalade does feel like a step up in luxury. Of course, the interior looks a little bit different to feel different from the other two, and it feels like a refined place. Even the smell in here, it smells like leather. It smells really nice in here, and it's a pleasant place to be. Now, the one drawback that I find with it, it does weigh a lot. The brakes, you really gotta muscle the brakes a little bit. They're kind of heavy to slow this down, so it might take a little bit getting used to. They're not touchy, sports car or even just normal car brakes. It's got a heavy brake pedal where you gotta press it a little bit. But even taking some sweeping turns, it's a very composed vehicle with this suspension. It absorbs the bumps even on this bumpy back road. However, it also keeps the vehicle nice and flat without just feeling like a body roll crazy tank or anything like that. It drives solid, it drives refined, it kind of does all of that. If we go into the sport mode, doesn't really do all too much with these drive modes in this. Of course, transmission is going to be a little bit sharper. Throttle response is a little bit more touchy. You don't even feel the shifts, and that's just half throttle. So it's nice to give you just a little bit extra pep to it. You do have the off-road mode, and honestly, this is pretty capable if you're going to be doing some dirt trails, things like that. Maybe a mountain getaway or something. So it's a pretty cool vehicle to be in. I wouldn't say there's really any drawbacks with an Escalade. Obviously, it doesn't get that good gas mileage just having a big old school V8, so it's nothing like that. However, if you're looking for an American luxury SUV, this and the Grand Wagoneer are the top picks. Grand Wagoneer is a really, really nice place to be as well. I'd say equally as cool, equally as nice as this. However, you can get some other engines in that one, like the new inline 6-cylinder. Not sure if you can get the Duramax diesel in the Escalade or not. That would be really sweet, and if possible, I would totally spec it with it. But the V8 itself is a really good motor. It's pretty solid, pretty reliable, and it kind of gives you all the power you need. And when you're in this, it's a relaxing SUV. That's what you want when you're spending $100-something on an SUV. You want to be in comfort, and you want to be stress-free. And with this, with the way the cruise control works and everything, I mean, it works really well to just let the car do the work for you. Sit back, press that massaging seat button, and enjoy your digital screen of what's going on in front of you, which is just crazy to see. But yeah, overall, you really can't complain, I think, too much with the Cadillac Escalade. So I think Cadillac's doing something good. They offer a pretty nice product. That is then it for the 2023 Cadillac Escalade. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content. And check out Carolina Auto Direct. Big shout out to them for providing this nice Escalade for today's video. That is it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.